It's been a minute. Let's do a royal roundup. Ever since my grandfather died, I've had a very hard time committing to Sunday snark each week. Also, it's the weekend and I want to spend time with my family. So this will kind of replace that. It'll be sporadically, just when the mood strikes me. And it's been struck. How's the British media doing when they're basically down 3 senior royals? Oh well. First up, forget mob wife aesthetic. 2024 is hardcore country core, baby. Princess Anne is a true fashionista whose posh styles never go out of date. Listen, I'm not saying she doesn't slay a look now and then being maybe the 60s, but let's be for real. It's also always interesting to me when they fall back on fashion tropes and then get mad when people reduce, say, Catherine, Princess of Wales to her fashion choices. This article actually followed up. Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, is also a fashionista, a real fashion head turner. And she's this week's royal secret weapon. You know what's interesting that I haven't really seen reporting on, except for a small independent town paper in England, is that the IOPC, or the Independent Office for Police Conduct, is almost finished in its inquiry into the crash involving Sophie's motorcade, not her actual car, but a police escort on motorcycle that killed Helen Holland. The story has been so underreported, not to mention not being the first time that royal motorcades have been a hindrance to public safety, or even certain royals behind the wheel. Anyway, you know I have not forgotten about the story. I literally had on my to-do list to fire request the Met because I was like, what are we doing here? Still might do that. Moving on. In an attempt to outdo Jan Moore's article, in which she compared Harry and Meghan to little mollusks just sucking the nutrients from the rusty hull of the royal yacht Britannia. And wouldn't, I mean, Colin Robertson has written, half-wit Harry and rictus grinning wife Meghan are endlessly fascinating, like pets who get trapped in the tumble dryer. What are you people doing to animals? This is not fascinating. In fact, writing this is just sadistic. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I choose Jan as my fighter. Then we get a nice little misleading headline from the Telegraph. Prince Harry accuses John Travolta of dining out on Dance with Princess Diana. Duke of Sussex takes aim at Hollywood star during acceptance speech at Legends Aviation Awards in California. Now, unless you actually read the article or you have seen the clip, this is all a joke. This kind of headline ensures more clicks. Anyway, cool journalism, moving on. Inside Kate Middleton's modest home where she'll recover from surgery and its scandalous past. I don't want to hear one word about calling her Kate Middleton when I am literally reading a headline from a UK publication. As I've said before, don't blame me, blame SEO. The article feels a little insulting considering the cost of living crisis. There are only 4 bedrooms in this home. What is she to do? I do understand though that the idea of a royal living in a normal home on hundreds of acres, but nonetheless a normal-ish home as opposed to a castle would, in comparison, make it seem modest. But here's what got me. Someone is quoted in this article as saying that one of the reasons it is not an appropriate place for Kate is that a former tenant of Adelaide Cottage was Mrs. Rosemary Townsend, the wife of group captain Peter Townsend, who famously had an affair with Princess Margaret. Yeah. If we are going to eliminate any royal homes or castles where affairs have occurred, there will be no homes left. Anyway, that's your royal roundup.